2023 is here and it is definitely the year of travel. Huns. Now by the time this video comes up, it'll probably be February, but this is the first official video I'm filming of 2023, so I'd like to wish you all a very happy new year. I hope you guys brought the new year in with your family, your friends. Maybe you brought it in the club, brought it in mosque, in church, whatever way you brought it in. I hope it was the way that you wanted it to, and I really do hope, and I think 2023 is going to be an amazing year for all of us. So I was reading somewhere online that 2023 has been dubbed the year of travel because it is the year where a lot of places are opening up. You have places like Japan that have opened up for tourism. They opened up just at the end of 2022. Bali is also back opened up, as well as China, and just a few other places that had been closed off from the world for such a long time are fully opening up. And I've already started seeing some of my favorite travel content creators travel to some of these destinations, and I'm just itching. I am itching to get out of the UK and itching to start traveling. I also did a similar video like this last year. If you want to watch that, I'll put it somewhere in the cards. Now I was definitely very optimistic there. I was just reeling off so many countries that I wanted to visit because we haven't been able to travel, like fully travel, for such a long time. This year I'm being a lot more optimistic and realistic. So in this video today, we are going to be sharing where we'll be traveling in 2023. I say we because I want you guys to also let me know in the comment section below where you plan to travel to this year. What I've actually said is that I want to travel every single month. Now all of the travels don't have to be international. Some of them can be staycations. Actually no, they all have to be international, but they don't all have to be like outside of Europe. I have included European cities because I do live in the UK and Europe is literally a stone throw away. So for January I had Belfast or Norway. This is a bit of a cheat because Norway is sort of a second home to me, but I mean Norway in terms of actually traveling around Norway, which I haven't done too much of. I've done Oslo and the southern part of Norway and Bergen, but Bergen was more when I was really young. I really want to explore the northern part of Norway, places like Tromsø and Slavblad, which is the only place in the world that I think you can still see wild polar bears. It's that island right on the north of Norway where they have polar nights, so it is dark for the whole duration of winter, and during summer they have 24 hours of light, which is crazy. Also, there's only one hospital on that island and you cannot deliver your baby there, so if a person who lives there becomes pregnant, they have to fly onto the mainland to give birth. Norway is such a beautiful, vast country, and it doesn't look that big on the map, but it is so big. It is easily one of the most scenic countries, if not the most scenic country in the whole of the Nordics and maybe in the whole of Europe. Now I did say Belfast or Norway, and January has passed, so I did actually go to Belfast. If you follow me on my Instagram, you'll know that I was actually in Belfast last year, and I will be going to Belfast, to the whole of Ireland actually, quite regularly this year for work. So I wanted to go to Belfast once again, but this time to actually take in the city. Now Belfast is known as the biggest open air museum because it has so much street art with a lot of history there, and I did go there in January and it was such an amazing trip. You guys will be seeing that vlog coming very soon. Belfast is just so quirky. It literally is like a mini London. There are some parts of it that do need some investment and need some development, but everyone that I met there was so nice. I stayed in 3 different hotels. I stayed at the Grand Central Hotel, the Titanic Hotel, and the Merchant Hotel. So I'll be giving you a review on all 3 hotels in my vlog, or possibly over on my Instagram as well. So if you're not following me over on my Instagram, then what are you doing? I think you should. Click, it'll be in the description bar below. It's Belle I Michelle. Oh no, it might have changed. Would it have changed by the time I put up this video? Probably not, but it is going to change quite soon. I'm doing a tad bit of rebranding. While we're on the topic of rebranding, hi, my name is Belle Michelle. I do videos around fashion and travel here on my YouTube channel, and I sprinkle in anything extra that I want to. If you're not already subscribed, I think you should subscribe. Click right there because you're gonna love it over here. We love everything fashion, we love everything travel, we love everything luxury, we love everything luscious, and we love a discount. Love the finer things in life with 50% off. And I will always share any discount codes I find with you guys. So because I went to Belfast in January, in February I am actually planning to either go to Norway or Amsterdam, but it most probably will be Norway because I really want to see the Northern Lights. Northern Norway, specifically Tromsø, has actually been rated the best place in the world to see the Northern Lights. I know most people think that it's Iceland, but it actually is not. It is the north of Norway. Norway just does not promote itself as a tourist destination, whereas Iceland really does, Finland does quite well, while the rest of the Nordics are very, very good at promoting tourism, Norway really doesn't do that. But maybe it's because they don't need to. I mean, they have oil and they are very, very patriotic. Like, you go to Norway, the signs are in Norwegian. There are only a few signs that are in English. They're very, very proud to be Norwegian. But with that, it means that there's so many things that people don't know about the country, and the Northern Lights, the best place to see them is in Norway. And there are actually 2 ice hotels in Norway. There's one in Tromsø and there's one just at the top of Norway, literally near where it borders Russia. One of those 2 ice hotels is definitely going to be seeing me this year. In March, I would like to either visit Budapest, or I need to go back home to Gambia and Senegal. Budapest, because it has been on my list for so long. All my friends know that I have been speaking about Budapest for the longest, and here's the thing, it's not even that expensive to go to Budapest. It's definitely a very affordable trip, but I just have never had the time. And I think whenever I've wanted to go there, I've always prioritized other places, so it's always been a lack of time. But this time I've given it its own specific month. I'm actually also going to be going to Copenhagen for work. That might be a trip that I extend, but maybe not, because I have plans to go to Copenhagen nearer the end of the year, but we'll talk about that when we get to that part of the video. So March is going to be a very, very, very busy travel month for me, both for work and for leisure. And Gambia and Senegal, I need to go back home. I need to go back home. I have not been back home since my wedding. Number one, I actually need to go and collect my wedding dresses and take them to the dry cleaners because they are still there. But number two, I would really want to go back home and create some amazing travel content so that I can really showcase the beauty of my country. I want to see more people that look like me going to Gambia and Senegal. Gambia has some of the most beautiful beaches in West Africa. Stunning sandy beaches, palm trees. Gambians are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And Senegal, Dakar is like a mini Paris. It is vibrant, it is soulful, there is so much to do. And if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of Dakar, you can also go down to Sali. Once again, beautiful beaches, beautiful houses on the beaches. We stayed at a beautiful villa for my bachelorette party. One of my aims is actually to have a holiday home in Sali, because there is a strip where it's literally your home is on the beach. You come out of your backyard and you're literally on the beach. That is the dream. For April, we have Saudi Arabia, because April is when we will be in the thick of Ramadan. So I am Muslim, so I will be observing Ramadan, and I am so excited for it because we are literally 50 days away from Ramadan. And inshallah, I really would love to go to Umrah this year in April. It would just be so perfect because I also have the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia for something else. So I'm trying to merge it together with Umrah, and I would love to go with either my husband or take my mom along with me. I think it would just be such an amazing trip. As well as going to Umrah, I also want to discover some of the other parts of Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabian Tourism Board has really been, they have been spending their marketing budget very, very well. In fact, there is no budget. They said there is no budget. We are throwing the budget out. Everyone must see the beauty of this country, and I absolutely love it. There are a few hotels that I have on my wish list that I want to visit when I am there, and I just want to take in the country. But initially, the first main thing I want to do there is Umrah. I do want to go to Mecca. Then we go on to May. I'm hoping to maybe go to Japan. Japan is one of the countries that I have wanted to visit for the longest time ever, and it recently opened up its borders late last year. I think it was around October or November, and I've already seen some of my favorite travel content creators going out there, and every picture I see of Japan, whether it's Tokyo, whether it's Osaka, I'm like, I need to be there. I need to be there. I need to be there. I don't even need to say too much about Japan. It literally sells itself. There is so much to do, from the hotels, from visiting the temples, from even, I want to experience living in, well, not living, maybe one night in one of those hotels where it's literally just a bed and it's like you're in a little incubator. I don't know why. I just want to experience it, because you can't go to Japan and not do that. The food as well. Oh my God. The food, the food, the food. Get me to Japan ASAP. For June, I have Prague or Budapest, because like I said, March is a very busy travel month for me. And ironically, I put Budapest in March, and I did say that every time I plan to go to Budapest, something always comes up, and it's always time related. So that's why I've said if I manage to go to Budapest in March, then I'm going to go to Prague in June. If I don't manage to go to Budapest in March, then I would love to go in June. Prague and Budapest to me sit in the same place. Two cities that are very vibrant, but you can definitely definitely spend a weekend there and do so much. Also very, very affordable, and two cities that I wanted to go to for so long that once again just time has not allowed me to. For July I have Amsterdam or Majorca. These are both places that I've been to twice. For Majorca, it was actually my first girls trip when I was, I think, about 16, and I think that trip is actually what solidified to me that I never want to go on a group holiday again. Sorry, it was an interesting trip. We went to Magaluf and I did not realize the history or what Magaluf is known for. It was interesting. However, Majorca is such a beautiful Spanish island and has so much to offer. It sort of reminds me of Zakynthos. So with Zakynthos as well, everyone really knows about Zante, the partying side, but Zakynthos has one of the most beautiful beaches. We went there this past summer. That vlog will also be coming sometime this year, and it was just so gorgeous. And Majorca is sort of similar. Beautiful beaches, lovely people, and amazing food. Now, if I don't go to Majorca, I have said I would love to go to Amsterdam, because the last time I went to Amsterdam was for work. We were only there for about 48 hours. It was in November. It was rainy. It was cold. I literally did not want to do anything apart from go to my hotel room, to the conference, back to my hotel room, because it was so rainy. It was so gloomy. And I have seen pictures of Amsterdam in the summer and it just looks so vibrant. For August, we have a few places. August again is going to be a very, very busy travel month for me. So first up, we have Peru. There's actually a group trip I've been looking at for Peru because I want to start ticking off some of the world wonders. So I definitely want to go to Machu Picchu. There's also a train there that has once again been on my travel board for the longest time, and this group trip that I found is really, really good. I think it will be a good mix of people. I haven't signed up yet, but I'm hoping to in a few weeks. I'm just trying to, with all of this travel and everything else that we're doing this year, you know, the money is the coins have to be organized and aligned. On top of Peru, I once again want to go on a road trip of Norway in the summer. Norway in summer, there's so much to do. Honestly, I have spent a plethora of summers in Norway, but mainly in the southern part of Norway. But for this year, I literally want, me and my husband, we're going to rent out a big truck and we are going to drive everywhere. Now, we're not going to be camping because I've said before, I'm not a camping type of girl. I can do a glamping as long as there is a private toilet. Porta parties, tents, it's not me. It's not me. Road trips I can do, and then we do stop-offs at like little hotels and things like that. There are some amazing Airbnbs I have on my list for Norway, like amazing. I cannot wait for my Norway road trip because it is going to be like, it's going to be exquisite. So make sure you follow me over on my Instagram and make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss any of that content. Now, September is my birthday month, and this year I'm trying to do the most. I want to do a solo trip, I want to do a girls trip, and then I also want to do a trip with my husband. I know. God will provide. For my solo trip, I want to go to Athens. Athens is a place, once again, it's been on my list for the longest. I was actually meant to go there last year on my way to Mykonos, which is where I went for my birthday. But because I had just started a new role and the times had just clashed, I could only sneak in Mykonos. But this year, Athens solo, I just think it would be such an enlightening trip. Every woman needs to travel solo at least once in their life. It will be one of the most endearing things that you do. For my girls trip, I'm not actually too sure where I want to go. I definitely want it to be somewhere in Europe so that it doesn't stretch the bank for anyone. However, for my trip with my husband, I want to go to the Seychelles and Tanzania. There is a really gorgeous hotel in the Seychelles that I would love to stay in, and the Seychelles is just so calming, such beautiful beaches. Seychelles was on my list for last year. I wasn't able to go, and I'm really hoping that this year I will be able to go because it's just so serene, such a beautiful location. And then Tanzania, so I really want to go to the Serengeti. I would love to go on a hot air balloon in the Serengeti, but also visit Zanzibar. There are a few bloggers that I follow here on YouTube and on Instagram that are based in Tanzania, and it would be lovely to link up with them this year. But the main thing is I want to go to the Serengeti. You cannot go to Southern Africa without going on the safari, and you definitely can't go to Tanzania or Kenya without visiting the Serengeti. For October, the only place I want to go is actually Scotland, because at this point I think I have done so much traveling that I need to recoup. I still want to go away, but let's make it more local. Scotland, similar to Belfast, is a place that this year I will actually be going to quite regularly for work. But October specifically, that Scottish trip, I want to really immerse myself in Scotland, in things to do in Scotland, and just all of the mountains, and it's just so scenic. And I think Scotland in autumn is beautiful. so gorgeous. November and December, I'm just gonna mash together because there are a few places that I would love to go to. I actually have them all written down. So the first place is Fiji, which is actually our honeymoon destination. So me and my husband, we got married just at the tail end of 2019, and then obviously 2020 was the Rona that we don't speak about, so we never rebooked our honeymoon. So this year we're hoping and planning to rebook it. We also have the Bahamas, once again so gorgeous, get me to the Bahamas. Next we also have Tulum. Tulum isn't actually for me and my husband, it's more for a girls trip. Tulum in December is very affordable, the weather is so gorgeous, and there are so many amazing resorts you can stay in. And in Tulum I would also like to visit another part of Mexico while I'm there. So those are all the places that I'm planning to hopefully go to in 2023. Now this is not an extensive list. It does not mean that I'm going to be going to every country, but it gives me a clear viewpoint of what I should be working towards and the trips that I should start planning. Let me know in the comment section below what trips you are planning on doing, and if you enjoy this video, I think you might enjoy this video right here, or possibly this video right here. Click on either of those and let me continue to entertain you. I hope you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this video, and if you're not already subscribed, click. You've got to the end of the video, you like me by now, you might as well subscribe. I'll see you all in my next video.